If you're looking for a dessert that has the real wow factor, this is it.
This cake is a chocolate lover's dream come true.
Then we sweeten the deal with a little powdered sugar.
Oh, and just watch that chocolate lava.
Does it flow, 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 flow.
Amazing. It really is. It's like magic.
So you guys,
it's sorcery.
It is. If you're watching this right after we publish it, Happy New Year!
Yes, Happy New Year.
Happy
Hope you had a wonderful holiday.
We do, and so we figured let's start off with a recipe with a real bang.
Yeah.
And by bang, I mean lava.
Screw the healthy.
We'll get to that. And I have to also say, our loon here is under the weather.
Just a tad.
He's got a little.
I'm milking it though.
He's milking it, but that's okay. This is one of his favorite desserts. So I said, just stand there and be your pretty self.
Yeah,
and
I'll just be eye candy.
Yeah, and he said, just do it without me. And I was like, yeah, people would be very, very upset. But everyone's very concerned about you. So I'm just going to kind of walk us through this. This is a fun dessert. It is so impressive, but it's baking, and so you need to be very precise. So let's get started.
So good.
We're doing this. This serves 8. You could cut the recipe in half if you wanted to just serve 4. I've never cut it into quarters for 2, so I don't know about that.
Yeah, so we make 8 and we eat them.
And we eat them all. Yeah, for us, 8 is normal. Okay, so we've got 8 6-ounce ramekins. 6 ounce is really perfect. These are rich desserts. I've got a link for all of this stuff in the description. So there's a few tips that I picked up from. We went on a Viking cruise line, a river cruise line through France.
Oh, like 10
years ago, and the chefs were amazing. Learned so much, and this was a technique I saw a chef do. So it's sort of the way that you butter.
That's where I fell in love with the lava cake.
I know. I think you're right. We had it on the ship, and it was amazing. Anyway, so we you know how you grease a pan and then you dust it with a little flour. This is something that's similar like that, but we don't want to use flour because we want that chocolate to really be visible. So we got these 6-ounce ramekins. I lined it with some melted butter, and then I put it in the freezer and got it nice and chilled. You could do it in the refrigerator. You could do this overnight, and then we're going to line it with another layer of butter. I've already done that, except for these last couple.
So I am going to do something.
He's helping. And then we're going to let you, that's good. I think I already did that one.
Oh, you did? Oh,
and then what we're going to do, rather than going with flour, we've got some cocoa powder here, some unsweetened cocoa powder that we're just going to line. You go ahead and do that. Just however you can tap it in. It's the same concept as doing it with flour. And then what
I'm gonna go ahead.
And then you're just gonna, like you do, you kind of tap it around so it sticks to the sides. That makes it's really important. You want that lava cake just to come out of that ramekin very easily.
Give me a little help with this running it around.
Okay, let me show you how you do it. Yes. So I don't know where the best camera angle is for this.
It's this camera over here.
We're gonna just kind of do, and you just eyeball it and if you get too much, you can.
That's why we put it on this parchment paper, because it gets messy.
Yeah, parchment paper is good, and you can put even a little more in there, Wesley. So.
Okay. See, kind of like that.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then it just.
You see, y'all. You see.
There you go. So anyway, you're going to continue doing that. Now I've got a double boiler over here. If you don't have a double boiler, all this is, it's 2 pans, one that's got a little water down in the bottom, very, very lightly simmering on very low. And you can do this with just a pot over another pot. But I've got a link to the double boiler. They're fun to have, and they make life really easy. This is an unusual amount of butter. It is almost 2 sticks of unsalted butter that it's chilled and cubed. It's 13 tablespoons, so that's 2 sticks minus a tablespoon. The measurements in this are very, very
Do I want to get rid of the excess?
Yeah, if you can. Then just tap the excess out.
Then I have a baking sheet here that I just throw them on.
Yeah, and then here I've got 16 ounces of dark chocolate. I usually get like unsweetened 60% chocolate from the baking section in the grocery store. And we're just going to gently melt this until it completely all melts and is this beautiful chocolate liquid. How you doing over there?
I'm doing good. I think I've got the hang of it.
You do. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to wait till this completely melts, and then we're going to let it cool. I got a little bit of butter in here. Let it completely cool for about 10 minutes, and then we carry on. Okay, now you see how this is completely melted. You just keep gently stirring it until all those little chocolate chunks and butter have fully melted. And then we're going to let this cool.
You've been letting that cool,
Let it cool. You want to let it cool for a minimum of 10 minutes.
And we did all these. Look at how perfectly
dusted they are.
Dusted they are.
Yeah.
I love it because instead of the flour, like if sometimes there's some flour left on, It'll be chocolate instead of the flour.
Yeah, I know. It adds a little chocolate flavor and it makes it look pristine and beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, so now we're gonna start building this batter. This
exciting.
is like a souffle kind of batter, and it's just amazing. Okay, I've got
clearing
4.
up some space for you.
Thank you, Sickie. I've got 4 whole eggs in here, and I'm going to add 4 egg yolks in here. And now we're going to get with these kind of funky measurements. This is just granulated sugar. This is 6.7 ounces. That's actually going to be a little less than a full cup of sugar. That sounds a little weird, but that's you need to be really precise with this. And what we're going to do,
this chef was European, so you just had some grams given to him.
well, yeah, and then plus we've tested this and played around with what worked best. But anyway, so now I've got my trusty hand mixer here, and we are just going to beat this together until it almost forms like soft peaks. You want to get it to the point where, and put it on high, where it's going to be thick enough that you could just drag a spoon across the top,
and it'll leave a trail.
Leaves like a ribbon, and that takes a few minutes, maybe 4, even 5 minutes, depending on how strong your mixer is. Okay, isn't that beautiful?
Gorgeous.
So this has been going a few minutes, probably close to 4 minutes, and it changes color. It gets much lighter, and you can just see it's. Let's do the old test. So it's not necessarily soft peaks. You're not leaving peaks. It leaves
a trail.
It just leaves
like
a trail.
Like a little valley.
Or a little ribbon. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, perfect.
Yay.
Okay, so now if you want to help me, if you're not too sick, I know, we're just going to dump that flour into there.
And just sift it?
Yeah, okay. And then just hit the sides.
There we go.
Okay, so we're just going to beat this until it's nicely
there we go.
Incorporated in. That was, I should have said, that was 6.6 ounces of all-purpose flour, and before it was 6.7 ounces of sugar. Obviously, sugar and flour have different densities, so that's why it's really good if you can weigh these. I have a link to a baking scale that really makes baking so much better. But you can, I've got also it's a little less than a cup for the flour. So anyway, I'm saying it's a little more than a flour.
What do you need?
Okay, so now we're just going to incorporate that. Just start pouring that in like thirds. Just eyeball it, but pour about a third of it in.
Okay.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh wow.
This is the real deal, you guys.
Wow.
Okay, let's give it a little more.
If you don't have a mixer, can you just use your hand? Oops, sorry.
You could use a hand mixer. You could use a hand mixer, but it would. If you don't have a hand mixer, oh, that would be difficult. I mean, to get it to the thickness that you need. If you're gonna make lava cakes, I'm guessing you probably got a hand mixer on hand. Okay.
I have a little more to go.
Yeah, that's good. Go ahead and dump it all.
Okay.
Now, let's take this
chocolate
and help me just incorporate that around.
There we go. Look at that, y'all. Ooh, okay.
I know, it's like you feel like
it's gonna make me feel much better.
I know, I told you. I know how to make the loon feel better in the form of a dessert. Okay, isn't she beautiful? That is going to make a beautiful cake. So it's pretty much the consistency of cake batter, which makes sense.
Are we ready? Are we here at this point? Okay.
Yeah, so now what we're going to do is we're going to fill these up. And
I'm going to let you do it.
Okay, it's thick, you can see. And so just start doing them evenly.
Wow. How far do you
It's
want
going to
go
fill
up?
up about 2/3 of the way because these are going to rise somewhat. So you don't want to completely overfill them. But if you're using 8, this should you should be able to equally distribute them to about 2/3 of the way up. Okay, so that looks perfect.
Nice.
Remember that when they bake, they're going to flatten out a little bit. So we're getting close to bake time. We're going to let these chill for 20 minutes, and then they go into the oven for just a brief amount of time, and then, you guys, magic is about to happen. Okay, here they are. So these have been chilling for a minimum of 30 minutes. You can even let them go longer, even overnight.
Look at those.
Okay, look at them. So I've got my oven preheated to 400 degrees. Now this is important. You want to have the timing just right. And we have found that if we do 400 degrees at 13 minutes, exactly 13 minutes, that produces the sides just start to pull away a little bit. If you overdo them, you're not gonna get that beautiful lava. If you underdo them, then you're gonna get nothing but lava. So you'll know. So okay, so we're gonna put this in and let this go 13 minutes.
Yay.
Okay, so it's been...
Oh, there it is.
There it is. I let it go about 13 minutes.
Wow, okay.
And 30 seconds. I did a little longer because it was a little but you can see how it's starting to pull away from the sides. Now it's real important, I'm gonna go ahead and set my timer now, that we go for another 3 minutes and then it's time to invert. And say your prayers. Okay, so it's been about 3 minutes. So I'm just gonna take a sharp knife. You see how these have already pulled away from the side. That's what you want. And I'm gonna do, this is gonna be mine, this is gonna be yours. Sometimes it's kind of like Russian roulette. 11 of them work and one of them won't.
No, these are all gonna work.
I don't know, these are still hot, so you're gonna have to, I use just like a dish rag or like a napkin to help me. And you're gonna invert your plate. And then we're gonna invert it like that.
Flip it, there you go, bring it over to me.
Now let me do mine real quick so we can have the big reveal at the same time.
Exactly.
This is, I will say, when you're serving this to guests, it's impressive, it's fun, but it's a little nerve-wracking.
It is.
Just because you want it to be just perfect.
Okay, I wanna make sure everybody can see that on your side.
Okay, let's give this just a little. All right, this, I like, just to help it along.
I'm sure it's fine. Okay, you guys. Well, that's a little hot. That's all right. I got it.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Always so happy when it works out. Hold on.
It's pretty foolproof. I mean, you know, now the real proof will be in the pudding or in the lava. Yeah, those are some
a little mint next to it
fresh raspberries or not. A little fruit is really. This is like Wesley said, a chocolate lover's delight. If you don't like chocolate, then you're probably not gonna like this.
Okay, go to town, Chris.
And then this just seals the deal. Is that not the most festive dessert? Do this tableside, your guests are gonna be like, oh my God, I'm moving in. Okay.
I love that chocolate that we put on the inside of that kind of steak.
I love how you sound like you're talking in an aquarium.
I can't hear anything. Okay, guys, I want
to watch you do yours.
I'm just gonna quickly let this flow out. There she is. Yum! She's flowing.
She's flowing. Oh, wow. Oh, mine is flowing.
Do yours.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there, and then you can kind of help it along a little bit.
No, I'm just going to go into it.
See, so it's so interesting. So the souffle, the cake, basically, it stays melty on the inside and just perfectly lava-ish.
There it is. Look at that. Oh, you guys.
Okay.
Cheers.
Now the real test.
Wow. Look at that, you guys. Just lovely, delicious lava. Just flowing out. Oh.
Are you feeling better?
I will be here. As soon as this medicine kicks in.
Yeah, it's called chocolate. It's called a chocolate coma.
Oh, and with the raspberry.
That's heavenly.
How fun.
How fun.
These are 1,000,000% lunar proof.
That is the way to start the year. Oh, you guys. So
that just makes me feel so warm
and tingling, fabulous. So it's the start of the year. It's for some people that means it's scary, it's unknown. But the way I look at it, the way we look at it, is we're gonna treat this lava like it's love, and we're gonna spread love all over the world, and we're gonna be philosophical, and we're gonna keep on
treat each day like an adventure.
And stay tuned to us, and stay with us, and let's stay together.
Let's do it.
All right.
We can rule the world.
Woohoo!
With happiness.
With lava.
I love.
All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.